Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome once again to an amazing life. Just simply amazing. I want to read a few words that just says, "We keep going further and further, seeing and feeling a part of us that has never been seen before. Things disappear and reappear in a different context, at a different level, as you penetrate deeper and deeper levels and layers of this life and yourself and the mystery of existence." So, this life is all about you. Everything is happening within you, although it appears that it's happening outside of you. It's the discovery of yourself, the discovery of your magic, of your power, of your gifts, your abilities, your kindness, your love, all being discovered through everything and every circumstance that comes into your life. You begin to disappear. All of a sudden, you're not even sure what clothes you put on. And in reality, you're making space for that essence and that energy that created everything to be within your form. It seems impossible to hold that energy in our bodies, but it's only because we're holding so much other things. But as those things fall away, there's more space for that energy to come into your form. And as you merge with it, you deliver directly from that source, which is you, in addition to something you cannot begin to fathom. But everything is about you. It's only about yourself. Every circumstance, every moment is showing you yourself and allowing you to grow. Through those experiences, there's more compassion, more empathy, more awareness, because most times we just see on the surface and we can't see the big picture of everything. I decided that love is the acknowledgement of that one energy to you, that you are the same. It's the acknowledgement by the light that you are the light. And most people, when they share an experience, especially an NDE, they come back saying, I felt this love. But what they said to me was that I'm the same. And then the acknowledgement of yourself, you feel loved. It's beyond the definition of the word, but it is a picture of a feeling of being seen by the light as the light. So we go deeper and deeper into ourselves, and then we expand and we burst out into infinity. Our field grows and expands as the field of that one energy. As we turn inward to see ourselves. I remember an uncle of my ex-wife, probably in his 80s, maybe went through World War II and had an issue with the Japanese. And he said, I won't buy a Japanese car. I won't buy a Japanese TV or anything. And his I wouldn't call it hatred, but his energy against those people was strong. And what do you know? His daughter and son-in-law adopted a Chinese baby girl. And he fell in love because he had no choice. And he saw that it's not about a race of people. She was a person who happened to be Japanese, excuse me. But once again, he was looking outside of himself, and it ended up being about him. And he became free to acknowledge the light that he saw himself as in someone else. That was love. Free to acknowledge the energy that he saw himself as in someone else, regardless of race, religion, creed. That was love. That is love. So everything that's happening is for you, no one else. That's why you're seeing it. That's why you're having a problem with it. That's why you're enjoying it, because you can share something with the person next to you and they'll say, not for me. And you'll say, wow, this is amazing stuff. You're not seeing it? It's for you. So everything is so you can clear space within your field to allow more of that energy to reside in your form. and you'll be able to handle it because you'll have no filters. So now I'll start to read from the book that I've titled, This Life's a Hoot. In the meantime, your brain is fucked. This is chapter 11. It's called Pizza and Lemons. Your reality is the life that you have chosen to experience. It is for something far grander than you can imagine, and at the same time, something as simple as experiencing the grass underneath your bare feet. Your reaction to your own creation is why this life is a hoot and your brain is fucked. It's like when you go to one of those cool events where they let you make your own pizza. They show you how to roll out the dough and make it perfect. You then sprinkle it with a little olive oil and then cover it with some beautiful tomato sauce, at which point they bring out every topping that could possibly go on a pizza and that should never go on a pizza. Your eyes light up as you see so many things that you love, and you begin to calculate all the possible combinations: sausage, ham, pepperoni, bacon, mushrooms. I hope this isn't making you hungry. Sweet and spicy peppers, pineapple, broccoli, anchovies, and so much more. Every vegetable ever created, every meat ever created, every fruit ever created, all to be generously topped with every cheese and every sauce that has ever been created. These are your options for creating your world. And in this case, your pizza. The dough is the blank canvas, and all of the toppings are the different media that you can use to create it. So if you're still here listening and haven't left to order yourself a pizza, I will continue. You have carefully and excitedly selected your toppings, knowing you have piled on way too much, and that some of the things you love individually may not naturally go with some of the other things that you love. You also, as the pizza is about to go into the oven, have second thoughts about what you left off, but realize that your pizza is already packed with more toppings than have ever been on a pizza in the history of pizza making. I'm sure some wise man somewhere once said, simplicity is always lost when one is put in front of a smorgasbord. If not, I will claim it. Just kidding. Anyway, the pizza is now put into the oven and bakes for 30 minutes or so. The smell is heavenly, and the anticipation for the arrival and viewing of your amazing creation is palpable. It is ready, and you carefully remove it from the oven. And yes, it is beautiful. The crust is perfectly brown, and all the toppings with their various colors look like a painting by Picasso. You take photos from every angle, and you almost don't want to eat this masterpiece that you have created. Inside, there's a feeling of pride for creating something this beautiful, and it almost brings you to tears. Now the pizza has cooled, and you are ready to slice it and enjoy the final component of your creation, its taste. You take a slice and hold it gently in your hands. The crust is gentle, yet firm, perfectly able to support all the toppings and sauce. You slowly bring it to your mouth and take your first bite. You longingly chew so as not to rush the experience, similar to swirling the perfect sip of Cabernet around your mouth. Finally, you swallow. You pause for a moment as everyone waits to hear the beautiful adjectives that you will use to describe the incredible taste of your creation. And then, with great intensity, you say, "Shit, this is horrible. Bleep, bleep, bleep. What was I thinking putting watermelon on a pizza and anchovies with hearts of palms? I'm an idiot. My brain is fucked." This is hilarious, but more importantly, filled with great self awareness, where you realize that it is your creation. Many will, unfortunately, immediately or over time, begin to blame the people who brought out the toppings. Why would they even have watermelon as a possible topping? What idiots would even give you that choice? And now the reaction changes from self awareness and personal accountability to, as they say in the vernacular, throwing your shit on someone else. You have forgotten that it is your creation. And if you want to call it shit, then it is your shit. In your world, in your world only. I'll admit that there can be other influences that can legitimately, with intent, be sent to negatively impact your creation that is for the betterment of humanity. But most influences are self produced, and therefore, most reactions are actually reactions against yourself. It's like watching a child get his first taste of a lemon. That face is priceless, and you feel bad as you try and hold back the laughter. Then the child picks up the lemon and takes a second bite, as if they forgot, and you just stand back as they begin to cry and say, "You created that by deciding to take a second bite." It's a moment that we've all experienced many times as we were growing up. We were too young to comprehend the understanding of personal responsibility, and we were most times too stubborn to listen when our parents said for the 100th time, "Hot." We just had to experience it one more time to see what hot really meant. And fortunately, we are so resilient and powerful that our bodies would quickly heal. To that child, it all was just a part of their creation. And when it didn't go as they wanted, they didn't complain. They just moved on and created something different. To be like them, simply look in the mirror and see the creator of your life staring back at you. You have created it all. The place where you live, the job you have, the people you work with, your family, your friends, the car you drive, the food you eat, the husband, wife, or partner you have, the way you look, even the pet that you have, all of it, every single bit of it is your creation. When things go well, we say, "Look at the great job I manifested." And look at the partner that I brought into my life. It is no accident that they are here. But when things go bad at the job or at home or in the town where we live, we react and take no responsibility for our creation. When the watermelon shows up, we react and blame everyone but the creator of the pizza. That's us. What freedom there is with this awareness. Once again, it's always been you. It's you. It has always been you. Many have come before to tell you what's true. It's you. It's you. It has always been you. The masters have said this from Jesus to Lao Tzu, from Buddha to the prophets, from all the angels that exist. The list is so long, and no one can stop it. To stop you from hearing a thing that's so true, that they are amazing, and so too are you. They have raised the dead, but so have you. They have healed the sick, and you do that too. They have moved mountains, that we know, and they're mountains you move just to get where you go. A master once said, "The works that I do, even greater than these, will come from you." It's hard to believe that we are the same, but they never wanted to be separated by name. They came just as you have, directly from source, to deliver the message of love, of course. They spoke before many, but so do you. In the presence of all you meet, your majesty comes through. That's all there is. It has always been you. Anyone who tells you differently wants to be your guru. Yes, it has always been you. Know that you are the sun, and if you feel the same, please pass it on. Now go and create your pizzas and taste the lemons of life. They are all just experiences that you've created from your light. Leave your reactions at the door. It's your creation, you know. Be like that little child and create a brand new show. And now, chapter 12, a painting. We are a galaxy contained within a human form, with universes and planets that are revolving around the sun, all within this form. We are completely autonomous, so that no one has more or less power than another. There may be more awareness, which allows you to discover and use more of your power. But in the makeup of our galaxy, we have the same level of power. We certainly have different gifts and abilities that are related to a purpose, and the power is simply used to deliver them. We are simply grand. If that one energy has created all things, and that is all things is too big to measure and describe, we as an aspect of it are far bigger and far more indescribable than we acknowledge to ourselves. This human you is just one tiny aspect of you that is operating here on this planet. Just like that one energy, you too have fragmented yourself into many pieces. And there are aspects of you operating in different dimensions, on different planets, and on different timelines, while at the same time still being you and still being an aspect of that one energy. This is quite a picture I am painting, but in truth, you have already seen this painting or something similar, so it's not really new to you. A few different colors, a little more or less detail, but somewhere inside of yourself, you've seen it before. No matter how that painting looks to you, this conversation is bringing the picture back into the forefront of your being. And now you have an opportunity to live your life from the picture and reality that you have always known. Because we are autonomous, having nothing above and nothing below us within our galaxy. No one has the power to control you or tell you what to do. No one has the power to convince you about the truth of their own individual reality. No one can force you to do anything. We are all galaxies spinning in the ever-expanding cosmos, and we come in contact with each other for a variety of reasons, but no one's galaxy can influence another's. Their beautiful galaxy and world is theirs, and yours is yours. The only thing that we all have in common and that we can really share is kindness and mutual respect for each other. When a new galaxy is created, a new aspect of that one energy, we can say that they are lacking the experience we have, and they can benefit from our guidance. But that's all it can be, guidance. Guidance without expectations or control or attachment or any of those things that relate to you seeing yourself as above and them as below. Similarly, in this physical world, there is the birth of a new child, and we are able to offer assistance and guidance because we have experienced more. But we forget that they are their own galaxy, and you are just looking at a tiny aspect of their grandness. Of course, every now and then they find a way to remind you of that with a smile or a look or a laugh that makes you say, "Holy shit, who's in there?" And you only need to wait a couple of years when they begin to talk before they can actually tell you to piss off, that they are way beyond your understanding of what everything is. And in most cases, that is true because we have forgotten that we are a galaxy and that this human being that you are is just a tiny aspect of the immeasurable grandness that is you. You have begun to live this human life as if it was all that you are, and as if this was all that there is. And the new baby reawakens the remembrance of that knowing as you begin to see through their eyes the magic of life that you have covered over and forgotten in your life. All the things that we were given to seemingly help us find direction and purpose became our anchors into the world of the physical. Things like the pursuit of happiness, to find a partner, to have a family, to find a career, to make a living, and to have nice things, to eat healthy, to exercise. What all these things have in common are that they start with two: to do, to find, to get. This has produced the exhaustion of the human entity, and each human being constantly running and chasing after the wind to the point of exhaustion. So feel yourself once again as that newborn child, a grand galaxy of energy of which this human you is just a tiny aspect of, and drop the anchor off of the to-do and float above it all, even in this world of matter, just as you are floating above it all as a galaxy, so that you can, just like a child, simply enjoy this life and enjoy your life within it. I remember when I was first introduced to the spirit world many years ago, when it was communicated to me in different words that we are looked after. And I said, "But I've got bills to pay and obligations and a family to provide for." That's the response most will have when confronted with seeing a different reality. It seemed irrational for me to change to that new view because it was like I was passing off my personal responsibility. I had misunderstood the guidance that I was given, but I quickly began to see that I was not being asked to stop caring or taking responsibility, but to stop worrying, to stop chasing, to stop doing, and to see that something more was in play within my life. I, without consciously being aware, began to see that there was another reality operating at the same time as this human physical reality, and that my focus had become entirely placed upon this one physical aspect. This is the world of the to-dos and striving. When I speak about it, you can almost hear and feel the anchor hitting the bottom of the ocean. So I share this to say that I know you have many things in this life that need attending to, your health, your finances, your relationships, and your happiness. But these things are just used to keep you from releasing the anchor and floating upwards into the world of your grandness, where then you can, like a child, enjoy this life and enjoy your life in it, no matter what the circumstances are. Remember the painting, and the anchor will disappear. For you are majestic, infinite, and immeasurably grand. Now let that knowing smile that we can all see rise upon your face, preparing you for a feeling of joy and laughter as you lift off into the you that's everywhere. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Let that energy fill you and fill your form, and it will explode out into the world without a thought. Thank you once again. I am David.